See the light, see the darkness, hear your voice in the wind. You're the rain, you're the thunder, you're in everything. You are all around. I will see your love in the sun for the million mornings to come. I will hold what you place in my hand, and I will thank you again and again. I will lift your name to the sky for the million ways you're alive, all the brilliant dreams in your mind, in your mind, in your mind. You're the whirlwind, you're the whisper, you're the calm in the storm, you're the joy, you're the future, you're where I belong. You are all around. I will see your love in the sun for the million mornings to come. I will hold what you placed in my hand. I will thank you again and again. I will lift your name to the skies for the million ways you're alive, all the brilliant dreams in your mind, in your mind. There's no limit if I test the depths, I can reach it. If I try to find all your secrets, I get lost in your mind. There's no limit if I test the depths, I can reach it. If I try to find all your secrets, I get lost in your mind. There's no limit. There's no limit.
Burning buildings, barren trees, hopelessness is starting to wreak havoc. Son of man, I know you see the deepest depths unknown to me. You have planted seeds among the ashes. You rebuild, you restore all that's broken. From the ruins, you redeem, you return all that's stolen from your children. That's what you do. So be still, my anxious heart. All that's gone is never lost. turn sorrow to gladness. Yeah, that's what you do. I give glory and honor for all that you do. I will sing hallelujah for all that you do. You raise beauty from ashes. Yeah, that's what you do. You turn sorrow to gladness. Yeah, that's what you do. I give glory and honor for all that you do. I will sing hallelujah for all that you do. You raise beauty from ashes. That's what you do. You turn sorrow to gladness. Yeah, that's what you do. I give glory and honor for all that you do. I will sing hallelujah. You raise beauty from ashes. Yeah, that's what you do. You turn sorrow to gladness. That's what you do. I give glory and honor for all that you do. I will sing hallelujah for all that you do. You raise beauty from ashes.
That's what you do.
You turn sorrow to gladness.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I give glory and honor.
For all that you do.
I will sing hallelujah.
For all that you
For all that
you do.
you've done for
For
me.
all that you do. For all that you do.
For all that you do.
Hello, Mosaic. It's so good to see you. My name is Joe, and I'm one of our pastors here on the team. And I love that we get to do this together. I love that we have people from around the world joining in and are part of Mosaic. So wherever you are right now tuning in, I just want to welcome you to Mosaic. I want to welcome you home. That I know that today is going to be a really special day. And I want you to know we've been praying for you today. And so we're praying that God would move in such a profound way. I'm here in our home in Los Angeles that I share with my incredible wife, Rebecca, who, if you haven't met her, you have not met the most incredible woman on the planet. And we get to have three incredible kids together: Isaiah, Indigo, River, our three boys, our three musketeers, and then a fourth baby on the way, and it's gonna be a girl. We're so excited. And in fact, I could use your help. We're struggling with names a little bit, and we're taking suggestions. And so if you know a great girl name, you can email joe@mosaic.org, and I will receive that. We will pray over it, and maybe you will help us in naming this incredible new baby. But I'm so excited because when all of our kids were born, one of the greatest gifts that we realized is that they're gonna grow up in the family of Mosaic. So I can't wait for you to meet her. It's gonna be so beautiful. Hey, Mosaic, I am so excited because Pastor Erwin's newest book, The Genius of Jesus, The Man Who Changed Everything, is coming out so soon. It releases on September 14th. And what we want to do is just to let you know about some opportunities to get behind this book, to get momentum, and that we as a church get to celebrate this message as it's coming out. So first, what I want you to do is I want you to pre-order your copy. You can go to thegeniusofjesus.com. You can get your copy, you can pre-order it, buy one for your friends. And this is such a great way for us to begin launching into the release of this book coming up on September 14th. Okay, next, we have this incredible opportunity where every time one of Pastor Erwin's books is released, we have people from around the world who sign up to host a book club. And if that's you, wherever you live, I want you to know that this is for you. So if you want to be a part of this and you want to host a book club in your home, you can go to mosaic.org/book club and you can get all the info on how you can sign up to be a host. I can't wait to hear all the stories of people getting together and talking about this message in their homes. And on the same day that the book is released, on September 14th, we have a special opportunity for those of you that live in LA and around the neighboring areas. Pastor Erwin is gonna host a special book signing at the Barnes & Noble at the Grove at 7 p.m. So it's on September 14th, that same day the book is released. And if you wanna be there, you wanna join us, you wanna be at that book signing, then you can go to mosaic.org/book signing and you can get all the info on how you can join us for that special time together. And then in connection with the book that's being released and all the messaging, Pastor Erwin has also started a new podcast called The Genius Of. And this is an incredible podcast where he's inviting friends and business leaders and entrepreneurs and diving into their genius. And so I want to encourage you to go and listen to that podcast, download it, share with all your friends, because it's such a great opportunity to have this conversation around the genius of Jesus and how we can find our genius as well. One of my favorite things to talk about is generosity. When I look at my own life, like, giving has transformed me. I've become more and more creative. I've become more and more compassionate. Like, when I'm generous, it unlocks so many things in my own life. And I love talking to our kids about it and seeing as so many of these conversations are rooted in Scripture. And I'm reminded of this passage in Leviticus where God says that, hey, when it comes time to reap the harvest of your field, when it comes time to gather all of your hard work, what I want you to do is I don't want you to touch the edges of your field. I want you to leave that for the poor, for the foreigner, for the alien that's gonna come through your land. And when they see that something has been left for them, they'll realize that they were thought of. And when they're thought of by you, they'll realize that they were thought of by God. And it's just such a beautiful posture that happens, that when we connect to Jesus in a profound way, we realize that everything that has been given to us does not simply belong to us, that we have been invited into an opportunity to actually leave something for someone else, to posture and to orient our lives in such a way where people know that they were thought of by us and they were on the heart and mind of God as well. And maybe today, this is your first opportunity to be generous. It's your first opportunity to be faithful and sacrificial through a tithe and through an offering. And what I want you to do is just remember that on the other side of that gift is always the name of somebody who's searching for God. And when we give generously together, when we create space for people to walk through our field, through our lives, and when they realize that something was left for them, when they realize that something was given to them, they remember that there's a God who loves them and his name is Jesus. And so today I want to invite you to join us in being sacrificial, being generous. And you go to mosaic.org/give. You can also give through our Mosaic app. Mosaic, every year we have an opportunity for people from around the world to come together for our Mosaic conference. It's one of the most beautiful weekends of the year every single time. And up until this point, the messages that are given at conference have been only available to those that are there for the weekend. But we've got something really special coming that we are going to together. We're gonna watch messages from our lead pastor, Erwin McManus, that he's only given at conference, and we're gonna make them available to you for the very first time. See, I remember being in the audience, hearing these thoughts and insights and beautiful reminders of who we were created to be. I remember hearing them for the first time and having my mind blown and my heart set on fire. And I'm so excited for us together to dive into these messages for the next few weeks and have these conversations that were given maybe on a weekend years ago, but have lived on beyond that moment. And so today, I can't wait to hear what Pastor Erwin is gonna guide us in. I can't wait to hear what God's gonna speak to all of us about today. And so I wanna encourage you to lean in and get ready for these incredible conference messages for the next few weeks, because we believe this is exactly what we need to hear at exactly this right moment. Enjoy.
So our theme for the Mosaic Conference is the future of. And we're going to be looking at different aspects of the future as we not only travel into the future, but create it as we go. There's some things that distinguish Mosaic in many ways. There's certain ways of seeing the world and engaging reality and understanding who we are as human beings. So what I wanted to do tonight is I wanted to take the theme, the future of, and focus on the future of humanity. Because if there's one thing we need right now, more than perhaps we've ever needed it before, was a future filled with hope and promise. A future that elevates who we are and inspires us to once again become who God created us to be. I think for me, this question has been so central throughout my entire life. The question of what it means to be human, what it means to be the species that we are, and where are we going? And it's interesting to me, whenever we start talking about human evolution and the future of humanity, whenever I'm in different environments, people immediately start asking me about artificial intelligence, about robots, because one day we're going to be replaced by robots. And one of the great concerns, in fact, I was at one of the conferences at TED, and the seminar, that session was called Our Robotic Overlords. That's kind of ominous, isn't it? And that entire session was focused on artificial intelligence and the realization that we're developing such advanced algorithms that computers now seem to be able to outsmart humans. And we're not far away from the day where it will at least appear that artificial intelligence has an equivalent to human consciousness. And so the question has been, well, when do robots become humans? But I think that's actually the wrong question. The question isn't when do robots become humans, but how can we humans regain our humanity? Well, one of the overwhelming concerns from the scientific community was that as they keep developing algorithms that make artificial intelligence more complex and more extraordinary, they can't seem to find an algorithm that will keep robots from killing us. That is a problem. We can't seem to find an algorithm that will keep robots from functioning in what would be described in some unusual way as acting as if they're evil. In other words, turning on us. And one of the dilemmas in this is that since we're creating the robots, it's impossible to create an algorithm for robots that we have not been able to create for ourselves. We can't even figure out how not to kill each other. We cannot figure out how to live together. We cannot yet figure out how to be most beautifully and wonderfully human. How in the world do we think we can actually put inside of artificial intelligence what we can't seem to find within our own intelligence? So I want to talk to us about the future of us, the future of humanity. It's always fascinating to me when the scriptures unwrap an image that doesn't actually match what we think should happen. And so sometimes, you ever notice that sometimes you'll read the scriptures and you'll reinterpret the scriptures to match what you think it should say? And so you just go right past it. And there's two particular places in the book of Ezekiel that really strike me, that I think are really the basis of what I want to talk to you about for a few moments. In Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 19, God is speaking through Ezekiel, and he says, I will give them an undivided heart and put a new spirit in them. And I will remove from them their heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh. Now, I love the first part of that, being given an undivided heart. A heart that is not broken. A heart that's not fragmented. How many of us understand that you're the carrier of a broken heart? Of a heart that's been broken to pieces. So here the promise is, I'm going to give them a whole heart, and I'm going to put a new spirit in them. But what's confusing to me is the imagery, and I will remove from them their heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh. That doesn't make any sense to me, because I have a heart of flesh. I don't have a heart of stone. So I don't want a heart of flesh, because my heart of flesh feels like a heart of stone. And then again, in Ezekiel 36:26, just in case we thought maybe the imagery was an accident, he says it again. He says, I will give you a new heart. I'm excited about that. Anybody have a sense that humanity needs a new heart? That maybe even you and I need a new heart? He says, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. And I will remove from you, here it is, your heart of stone. No. And give you a heart of flesh. I want to be really honest. I don't want a heart of flesh. I want a huge upgrade. I want a heart made of quantum liquid. which scientists believe is what the black holes are filled with. I want a quantum liquid heart, or at least a nuclear fusion heart. I want the heart that Iron Man has. I want Tony Stark's heart. I don't want a heart of flesh. I've lived my life in the heart of flesh. See, part of the problem sometimes is that we want God to upgrade us, but we don't realize that the upgrade is actually a reversal of the downgrade. See, when it says that he takes away our heart of stone and gives us a heart of flesh, it doesn't sound that exciting because we all think we have a heart of flesh. Because the heart of flesh is a description of a human heart. I don't want a human heart. I want a superhuman heart. I want a divine heart. I want a cosmic heart. I want some other kind of heart. I just don't want the kind of heart that I have. Because humanity is something different than what it has. If you look at the human situation, it seems like every morning we wake up and one more person has gotten up and killed people randomly, senselessly. Every day we hear another story of someone walking into some place where people in just the activity of everyday life find themselves a victim of violence. Why in the world would we want that kind of heart again? I think a part of our dilemma is that when we keep looking for a new humanity, we keep hoping we're going to evolve to something that is superhuman or beyond human. But the reality is that God is trying to make us human again. See, what Ezekiel is actually describing is that we have lost